blow. Simply no one. Simply, I don't know how some people can lie. Say simply no one to make Ubi the say Ubi make Ubi the fine invite for wedding. Wedding where Ubi they arrange already. They part of arrangement. I do people I don't understand just because of because
they find how their blog will sell today.
Now wow.
Boxing competition. I was seeing the shine.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I am pretty sure a lot of you must have heard the gist that Ubi Franklin and Cubana Chiefpriest had an intense altercation early this morning at Transcorp Hilton. We heard several sides to the story. In fact, we read the first person that broke out the gist was Cutie Jules, who said, right now I heard that there is a huge fight going on between Cubana Chiefpriest and Ubi Franklin, but at the time she had not heard the cause of the fight. And then Stella Dimoko Cocos broke the news formally. So let's take a look at Stella Dimoko Cocos' version. It says, singer Davido'S wife's ex-manager Ubi Franklin and socialite Cubana Chiefpriest exchange hot blows. A physical altercation reportedly broke out between socialite Cubana Chiefpriest and Davido'S wife's ex-manager Ubi Franklin at a high-profile event held at Transcorp Hilton in Abuja on Thursday. Their punches drew the attention of everyone and they were pulled apart. It is alleged that the Chiefpriest did not want Ubi anywhere near singer Davido, but it looks like Ubi is trying to break back into the circle of Davido's friends. Another one alleged that Ubi is doing everything possible so that he can get invited to Chioma and Davido's wedding in August in the US, and Chiefpriest is trying to prevent it. Let me do small peeping to find out what exactly happened, but if you know, you can whisper in the comments section. When I saw this, I was like, nah, this is not possible at all. I mean, Ubi Franklin planned Chioma's birthday, her 30th birthday. Ubi Franklin has a beautiful relationship with Chioma and David. There is no how on earth that he won't get invited to David's wedding, at least for now, except something happens between him and David before then. But I just knew that there was something very unusual about the story. Like, come on, it's Ubi Franklin. And to be very honest, guys, Ubi Franklin, in my opinion, is more loyal to David and Chioma than Cubana Chiefpriest. I am going to tell you why. Ubi Franklin, I remember when David and Chioma fell apart, Ubi Franklin was one person who remained friends with both parties. He was liberal. He was Chioma's manager. I remember Chioma was brand ambassador for Jenny Glow, and Ubi was that person. He was present. Like, at no point did he try to run from Chioma, because apparently at that time Chioma wasn't all that. She didn't have a lot of money. And I remember Chioma at the point started selling something. She even tried to start a YouTube channel. Ubi Franklin was there all the time. Like, at no point did he say, I beg, this is not what I am about. But guys, Cubana Chiefpriest was nowhere around Chioma. I would never forget when Sophia took David and Cubana Chiefpriest to dinner. And Cubana Chiefpriest posted, Mami Imade, blah, 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 Mami Imade, blah, 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 blah. So, to me, I know that it's just that Davido is somebody that is from a privileged home. I know that there will never be a time in Davido's life, by God's grace, when he will be broke. Like, even when music stops, I believe that his family can always sustain him. He will always be a big boy. Maybe that's why he may never get to experience Cubana Chiefpriest's obsession with clout, obsession with Cubana Chiefpriest is a classist. I keep saying this, that I don't know if I am to choose, like if they say, oh, choose who you think is a better friend to David, I will always choose Ubi. Ubi is a great guy. I've heard from people who met him, like a friend of mine in Abuja told me how Ubi got her first job He barely knew her, but he then, when she just told him, this is what I do, I anchor events, the next thing, Ubi took her number and called her like a few months later. There's a job in Abuja. They actually want someone really famous, but they cannot pay. So can you do it? And since she told me that, like, it made me start seeing Ubi in a different light. I'm someone that believes that nobody is perfect. The only problem I'll say Ubi has, in the past, he was deeply into women, but I think he's gotten better over the years. I mean, he learned the hard way with his last baby mama, who stressed the heck out of his life. But back to Ubi Franklin. Like I said, nobody is perfect. One problem Ubi has is his credit score. He has a problem with, like, most times people call him out for owing, blah blah blah. Stella had even reported that David fired him from being Chioma's manager because of his issues with owing people. But guys, that really made me laugh, because as far as I'm concerned, Chioma no longer lives in Nigeria. Chioma doesn't even need a manager. Like, Chioma does not need a manager at all. The girl is not an influencer. She's just living her life. She has not been on Instagram or any social media since Ifeanyi passed. So what is Ubi managing? Ubi lives in Nigeria. So Ubi is not even Chioma's manager. So that shouldn't even be in the discussion at all. So earlier today, Cutie Jules gave a detailed information of what happened, which in my opinion is a lot believable. In fact, it's the most believable narrative since the whole drama started online this morning. So Kitty said, continued from post before, that's the initial post I showed you. So Ubi and Chiefpriest fight happened at the reception of Transcorp Hilton Hotel about who gets the key to which room. Fast forward, when David noticed the nuisance being caused by these two grown men, he walked up to them and told them to stop. Apparently, Ubi started walking away almost immediately. Chiefpriest continued to shout, raising his voice, and this attracted more attention from other guests at the hotel. Eyewitnesses said Transcorp was really packed yesterday, that even some guests struggled with parking spaces for their cars. So Chiefpriest's loud screaming attracted so much attention to the fight. Even the hotel staff couldn't stop CP, because especially after he was told to stop screaming, since Ubi was already walking away. This got CP even more upset, as he felt people were siding with Ubi. As Transcorp is usually patronized by the elites, the situation looked odd and tacky, especially coming from supposed A-list socialites like CP and Ubi. But eventually everyone became calm and went upstairs to their room when it became obvious that Oga wasn't happy with their behavior. So Ubi shared this on his story, which he later deleted, and to me this was kind of confirming the fight. But the reason for the fight, as stated by Stella Dimuku Kokos, is wrong. From this screenshot you can tell that Ubi was more like Instablog, because Instablog shared Stella Kokos' narrative. Ubi Franklin is a music executive, and to be very honest, I don't have a problem with him following David. I mean, they work together, but Chiefpriest is a businessman. He has businesses running in 3 different states. He is hardly around, jumping from one place to the other like Ofeke. He is everywhere except at a DNA center to have his DNA tested with Helena of Kenya. Like, what is wrong with this man? I just feel like you get to a certain age, you just need to get your acts together. If you'll be hanging around David, at least respect yourself, understand boundaries, and know when to stop.
You see me for the video. You see me.
Davido'S has attempted a damage control, and so has some other people. You know, the whole story is embarrassing, so they've been trying so hard. But to be very honest, I believe there was an issue, because if there was no issue, I mean, this report wouldn't have come up. Come on. I believe there are also pictures and videos, but maybe those there are not clout chasers. But over time, one day we go share see him. Even Cutie Jules was like, if Ubi denies that there was a fight, If he says there was no fight, she will post videos. So I guess they are not denying that. And going by what Ubi wrote on his stories, you can tell that there was an issue. But I guess David must have told them, you guys have to reconcile, put up a brave front, because I don't want no drama. I mean, David is such a loving person. There is no need to battle for his heart or his attention. I mean, they are not bridesmaids. So in conclusion, I would say that the whole story of Cubana Chiefpriest preventing Ubi from being friends with Davido, blah blah blah, is just invalid. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. Cubana Chiefpriest doesn't even have an American visa, and he has been denied visa severally. So I doubt he will even be at the wedding. And besides, it is impossible for him to block Ubi's access to David. So guys, let me allow you enjoy fun moments from Davido and his crew's activities today. See you guys tomorrow for more spicy gists. I don't try today, Abby.